And it's an awesome atmosphere here at Sanford Stadium. It's just the environment leading up to the game here. Let's see Trevor Etienne in a Georgia uniform for the first time, but it'll be Roderick Robinson who starts in the backfield. Quick hitter out to the flat. So many weapons.
There's a lot of talent both at the tight end position and outside the receiving position as well for Carson Beck.
Robinson, the first carry of the day, rumbles forward. The sophomore who returns big, but he's got speed, not just over team defense in black. 3rd and 1, trying to get Carson Beck and the offense off the field. And that offensive line pushing the pile to move the chain.
Best unit since 2016.
Carson Beck again, a smooth delivery, comfortable, confident. A year ago, there were all the questions.
In the speed. Jared has shown 20 miles per hour, if not faster, in practices this season.
And Beck delivers it right on the money.
It's a knife that you can move around the offense.
Another play action for Beck. Unloads the deep ball, double coverage, and it sails incomplete.
Sometimes underthrow, just never really built the chemistry with his receivers to throw it down the field, and I'm sure he was looking to kind of...
Beck set to throw again out of the backfield. Trevor Etienne with his first play in a Georgia.
The missing piece of this offense last year.
Great blocking by that offensive line. Beck floats it, incomplete.
Back to the weapons you brought up, and you know, I kind of hit on the fact that Georgia does have an array of talent coming back this season. Oscar Delp, Lawson Lucky at the tight end position. Oscar obviously played a ton last year, but two guys to really keep your now year 2 in the offense. Really expect those guys to take their game to another level.
Robinson swallowed up.
In here, expectations that they themselves take their step up. We'll not see Malachi Sarkso, unfortunately, this afternoon.
3rd and long, back to the end zone. It's caught, but incomplete. Bell didn't.
What an absolutely dime, and I think he got in. I think that right foot is in. And you and I today, there is no replay officials. I think you and I are tasked with that.
Season and won the primary kicking duties. And he puts it right down the middle from 42. So we just saw the first team offense go against the first team defense. Now you'll get the second team offense against the second team defense. Anthony Evans on the return, and we get our first look.
Confidence heading into next season as QB2.
Stockton steps up, delivers a deep ball, and it's caught. What a grab. Anthony Evans hauled it.
5 on the outside.
Big play threat, and we saw it there on the first play. Quick hitter. Michael Jackson, the grab. Take another look at this.
Great protection up front. Might have been a sack, but we're going to be a little bit generous with the whistle, but great job going up, getting the football, and then the body control to come.
This #1 recruiting class. Both Bolden and Robinson are 5-star corners playing on the second team defense in red. Paul turns the corner inside the 5.
Well, you watch defensively, something that really hampered Georgia last year was being able to set the edge defensively, and that's
right back to Paul, and he bulldozes his way into the end zone. Touchdown.
Second season as offensive coordinator. We talk about all the 4- and 5-star guys on the defensive line, but they've also recruited some big bodies at the offensive line position, and that's one thing that really is the biggest difference from even a decade ago. You look at the interior bodies, offensive line, defensive line. You have guys that are 6'6", 6'7". You still got pads and helmet on, and you got to have some physicality if you want to win games in the SEC.
And with Nick Saban stepping aside at the end of last season, I don't think there's any.
This unit in the playoffs each and every season.
Well, if you look at the last 7 seasons, the worst finish.
Now pretty much alone as king of college football when it comes to coaches. Carson understand, hey man, you get 1-2 seasons to be QB1 of this roster. Take advantage of that, and you set yourself up nicely.
Beck throwing on third down, and he overshot Lovett there.
Not a lot of holes on this Georgia team where you feel like you need to bring in some more competition for the summertime.
Yeah, I think you look at this roster, and there's
at the University of Georgia.
Here's Chauncey Bowens, part of that #1 recruiting class for.
To go through these practices, obviously, as now a enrolled student. But it's a different world.
How much does that help the transition from high school football to college football?
Oh, it's all about understanding the reps, the playbook, any chance you get out there and get film. And nice throw there from Gunner, and those are throws to the short there, but been really impressed with Gunner Stockton and his accuracy, not only on the deep ball with his first throw of the
recovery for the fall. He is a stud safety on this Georgia team, and Aaron, they lose a lot of their
take your game to an even higher level when you really dive into the X's and O's.
ETN bouncing outside, breaks a couple of tackles. There's a flag down, first one of the day.
#2 tight end. And that's something he's working on. Lawson, an incredible athlete. For those who remember last year's spring game, with the right side of your line, you see him locked up and just holds Chambliss a little bit too long there. Lawson had a great spring game. Unfortunately, gets hurt.
Lead that list. Back right over the middle. Dominic Lovett, his first reception of the spring.
Last year, you saw flashes of him. You saw flashes. Love of Carson's eyes right there, working from left to right, knowing that he has just to move a couple linebackers to be able to hit that dig.
Start of the second quarter, the Georgia
alone, probably more shifts and motions than I did in 4 years. So has evolved immensely, just learning from Monken for the year that he was here as an analyst. Dom Love in their second season.
ETN sheds a couple of tacklers across midfield.
Last year at the running back position when it comes to just guys staying healthy and then the explosive plays, whether it's in the run game or in the pass game as well.
Oh, we just showed you Edwards and Milton out of the backfield. Nice 1-2 punch a year ago. This year,
taking advantage of this one, Aaron. I'm told that the quarterbacks have been using that helmet comm system in the scrimmages so far this spring. Now, we did see this introduced in some.
A 3rd and 2 here for Beck. Floats it up, one-on-one coverage. And it's hauled in. Great
present from Carson. I love, look at his eyes, held the middle of the safety for the first 2 steps of the drop and then ripped him over there knowing he has one-on-one coverage with Dom Lovett on that inside fade, throws it to the outside, lets him essentially fall into the reception. Beautiful pitch and catch from 15.
I guess that Lovett will be the top target for Beck. Beck lofts it to the end zone, incomplete, was trying to go right back.
It's stayed outside leverage.
They run it with Robinson. Inside. 3rd and goal, back deflected at the line, and it's intercepted. Michael Williams.
Playing defensive end and outside linebacker. Extreme athleticism to knock it, locate it. INT for the Dogs.
Taylor Davis down on the sideline, giving you a taste of what to expect from Georgia come the fall. Almost back-to-back terrific defensive. Yeah, that's one to watch. Linebacker from Salem, Virginia. 6'3", 220.
I still need to be sound on the defensive side.
Where do you feel
in the interior? Warren Brinton flashed a lot for me last year. I think Nazir Stackhouse is an absolute stud in the interior as well. So between those two, some of the depth at D-tackle, and then the inside linebackers, those guys in their second season, kind of right, could have gone to the NFL draft, been mid-round guys, and want to come out there and win one more national championship.
Offensive line doing very well, giving back plenty of time. That is incomplete. First season 2019, so one of the veterans on this 2024 Georgia team. Flag comes in.
Holding. Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
Well, that's a position.
Well, when you have to replace Cedric Van Pran, easier said than done. Beck slings it right on the money. A dart.
Colby Young, I want to see his ability to kind of, with someone draping on him, turn, body can trust that my big receiver is going to make a play for me.
Right on the money again. Lawson lucky.
Career.
You know, just taking it one day at a time. I'm trusting these coaches in the program, you know, as if the same situation I went through, you know, so I definitely know what it's like, you know, so.
In college bond that's translated to the NFL?
Yes, ma'am, most definitely.
That's awesome. Now, Kirby Smart, a guy that also knows a thing or two about defense. How did being coached by a guy with such...
Colts, if you've ever been to a Georgia practice, you always hear the voice of Kirby over above ringing throughout the indoor.
In practice with Kirby. And again, Beck is in white. You're not supposed to touch the quarterback. Tate Ratledge, the right.
Kirby makes it as competitive as possible each and every practice.
Well, and that's why on a scrimmage, especially with fans here between the hedges, you want to see that competition like it's a game day. And, you know, for some programs, coaches say that. This program, they mean it.
Oh, they deliver it.
Kirby Smart even decided to take a timeout for his offense ahead of this 3rd and 9. With you, a 3rd and 9, first team offense going against the first team defense. Beck over the middle, it's caught inside the 5, helmet off. Dominant. Another big play.
Well, I mean, we always hear positivity coming out of spring. I mean, spring is everyone's going to win a national championship, everyone's going to win a Heisman, everyone's going to be All-American. So you never really know, but then actually seeing, because we've heard a lot about Dom taking his big step in year 2.
That's his 4th catch, 73 yards to go along with it. Jump ball in the end zone, and it's caught. Colby Young. He's going to be
one-on-one, defensive back draped on him. I love Carson Beck. Just get the ball out now. Throw it up. 6'3", one-on-one against Julian Humphrey. And great snag for the touchdown.
Gone well. Lovett and Young have balled out in this spring game, and there's a deep wide receiver room here. And this will be really good experience here. A 2-minute drill for Gunnar Stockton in the second team offense, and they'll get great starting field position. And Stockton's reps has tripled this spring compared to last spring. You remember he was in that battle with Brock Vandergrift to be the number 2 a year ago. Brock transferred after 7 practices, so Stockton got all of his reps as well.
Well, that's all that should hopefully make number 14 more comfortable if he has to play this year.
Got it out quickly. Jackson's second reception. 3rd and 9. Stockton slings it, incomplete and nearly intercept. Window, Jake Pope was there.
Yeah, 2-man. You would love to see the receiver kind of bend it across the face of the safety. Gunner's trusting that he's going to do that, but still a very risky throw.
Stockton puts it short. Turnover on downs. I think both them.
Once again, man-to-man coverage, great job. Pretty much everyone blanketed on the outside in a 2-man defense. You know, first off,
in the SEC, when, especially during this COVID year, you feel like everyone's a 4th or 5th year guy. Georgia's going to have 1st and 2nd year guys that have tons of talent and game repetitions.
Year 2 for both of them. And we know what that position means in this defense and the guys that have been drafted for the University of Georgia.
Deflected ball at the line of scrimmage again. And Allen, you know, those two as sophomores to anchor that linebacker room. You know, why does
ability on Kirby Smart's defense, but those guys, by all accounts, can handle that responsibility.
Defense has looked real good today, and it's another interception game.
Everyone dropping, and Beck just trying to force one in there. Really, he's keeping his eyes to the right to move one of the inside linebackers and just does not get it over fast enough to see that C.J. Allen was dropped.
Well, that's a name Georgia fans already know, C.J. Allen.
Making his first reception here as a Bulldog in G-Day.
Back-to-back completions from Gunnar Stockton.
On a linebacker, at some point, it's going to be a good option.
Stockton goes right back to...
Lined up, this is great for the young quarterback.
Trying to cash in after the C.J. Allen interception. Miscommunication there, route was broken off.
Pressure possibly.
Stockton in trouble, escapes it. Be short of the first down to convert this 38-yard field goal attempt to tie it at 10 going in to halftime, and he does. Smart's team in 2024, preseason favorites. When you look at the landscape, who's going to be there to win a national championship? Allen anchoring for the first team defense. It's the second team offense to start in this second half. Gunnar Stockton, Chauncey Bow. We've got Aaron Murray making his way down to the field where he is going to stand next to Kirby Smart and get an inside look. Love that they got new hedges installed here in Athens. Kirby Smart was a sophomore playing for Georgia. They ruled out a sack. Hedges, Kirby Smart was a sophomore playing for the Dogs.
They saw a lot of ball, you know.
Oh yeah, some of the best ball. And now
all these guys that have been coached by Kirby Smart, their perspective hasn't shifted regardless of the level of success they reach.
Well, special teams miscue there. Anthony Evans definitely touches them. Hand off here to Etienne, bottled up.
Guys make one play and y'all ready to say a home run. He's had a good spring. He works his tail off. Does a good job. Affecting the quarterback. There we got stealth quarterbacks. Bell back in zone.
Beck throwing here on a 3rd and 9. Another deflected ball at the line of scrimmage.
The unit we talked about, though, the defensive line, those guys, big, physical, long bodies that able to get some push up front, get those big hands up and knock it down. Line has looked good this entire spring game here this afternoon.
Yeah, that was Michael Williams again getting a paw on it. He tipped one to himself earlier for an interception. First, Alan Drake, walk-on junior from Ennis, Texas, south of Dallas.
Ted made sure he came in and told us, hey, that unit has not won anything yet. They need to continue to stay hungry and humble. So that a lot here this afternoon.
Now, think about that when you consider the schedule Georgia has as Drake unloads a deep ball, had it on the fingertips of
be the best units that you're going against this entire season, and Kirby knows that. Iron sharpens iron, and he feels like he gets that every single day in practice, so why not have that here for the fans this afternoon?
Here's Gunnar Stockton getting his first action with the first team offense. How about Roderick Robinson laying the lumber? He's up.
And now, obviously in a spring game, you're not trying to take him with his legs out, but DB's got to go a little bit lower on the big guy.
puts his hand in the dirt to try and stop the run here. You know, they're going to mix and match him.
Play to start the game. Thoughts on 14 so far?
He's had a really good spring, man. He understands the offense better, playing with confidence. Good throw there to the back. Good job. I mean, he's been really good. At first, he started great there with that big throw.
Nice hole for the offensive line. Andrew Paul runs right through it. Powerful runner, Andrew Paul. Redshirt sophomore.
All right, impressive running back play. Coach, I want to go to that position right now. A lot of injuries last year, on and off, but it seems like you got a nice stable back and still one to come in the fall. What have you seen so far from those guys?
Good job.
Stockton goes right back to Paul, swallowed up immediately.
And done a really nice job.
The defense continues to swarm. They are
In the offseason.
And Gunnar Stockton, the backup quarterback, working with the first team offense for the first time, showing off the arm strength. But just too much.
No, that was a big drive for Gunnar. Be with the ones. He's kind of sprinkled in there throughout the spring, comfortable with the ones just in case his number is called at some point.
Oh, and she's gone through 4 surgeries early in her life, and mentioned to Kirby, thanks Taylor, thanks Adam, our producer, for surprising me. And there's something to be said. I'm sure we're not the only. How about this for Gunnar Stockton? He just ran with the ones, and now he's back running with the twos. Busy day for the backup quarterback.
And there's going to be a lot of good film to go back for. If they think they're just scratching the surface on what 14 could possibly be here when given the opportunity someday.
One thing that Coach Smart said they made a concerted effort to do with Gunnar Stockton this spring was after a play, pull him over and say, hey, what'd you see?
Spring game.
This defense just swarming to the football. This is exactly what you're going to see all fall. And Kirby's
a motivated defense, like Kirby said, just maybe a little bit more passion. And when you got 2 elite units, the one that brings the most energy is going to be the one that goes. And first catch of Marion Smith right there.
Beck back at quarterback. And he's motivated. Still playing here the 4th quarter. You look it up.
Do this year. He said this preseason, he's also handled it completely differently, even down to his lifestyle. He said, I don't want to be someone who's rattled in pressure. If this team wins, I'm going to have a...
This is his team.
And the first real pressure situation that Coach Smart alluded to was that Auburn game. He said in spring is when he started showing his moxie, his competitor.
Aaron Murray has rejoined us in the booth after getting down on the field up close. What did you notice down there that maybe we're not seeing up here?
Or where they train and practice. I mean, they're the team that walks off the bus and you turn your head like, oh my goodness, this looks like an NFL team.
Quick hitter to Ra Thomas.
You put the ball in certain positions to give those guys the opportunity to make a catch. That obviously makes everyone look good. But I also think there's a trust factor too now. And you saw that last year, I would say, after the Auburn game.
Line of scrimmage ahead of this 3rd and 3. ETN couldn't quite turn that corner.
Have him learn from Monk, and that way you understand, hey, I got Carson Beck ready to take over. Let's not change the system up on him.
Moves the chains here on a 4th and 1, but look at Michael Williams. Wow.
I'll tell you, that is a grown man, number 13.
Balls, an interception. Just feels like he's always around the best. And another deflected ball.
That's where you take my spot.
Lawson Lucky shoved out of bounds.
That front 7 can hold up and dominate and let you play a little bit more too high.
Beck taking a shot to the end zone.
Spring from all accounts, and obviously made some big time catches today where it looks like this kid is going to be able to come in there and
Kickoff game is the nation's longest running kickoff game, August 31st. You do not want to miss it. Georgia and Clemson. Gunnar Stockton still in.
That ball got some zip on it too. A few hitches, feeling some pressure on his backside, and just threw a little missile out there to the young mid-year.
That's London Humphreys. Now 18 different players have caught a ball in this game. And Georgia hit the portal.
It's going to be more situational third downs, red zone situations, and then Humphreys will continue to work into that slot position as well.
Plenty of room to run here. Inside the 10, tiptoeing down the sideline, and it's White into the end zone for the first time.
They get a nice simple ball in the flat, and then turning it up, making a move. Great block on the outside there from his fellow mid-year Tuggle, and then getting in the end zone.
But I'm just so impressed that Beck and Stockton have stayed in.
One of the best offensive lines in the country, and to see that defensive line hold up and almost dominate this game, there is youth on the back end. And I talked about this, I believe, in the first or second quarter.
Beck buying himself time, floating incomplete. Couldn't quite.
And the more that you can do that and get after the quarterback, the more success you're going to have. It flips, and now those teams get to come to Athens next year. So Woo! Texas is coming to Athens, Alabama's coming to Athens, Ole Miss is coming to Athens. So you go enjoy Austin and Tuscaloosa. And
Augusta.
Oh man, I know it's been very tough for Georgia fans to get everything booked up to go to Austin. I think partly due for the fact that they have the F1 race there. But I know Georgia fans are going to.
For your Masters ticket for tomorrow, right?
I am. Trying to steal Coach Bobo's.
Yeah, Brett Thorson, who's the
The good-looking man from Melbourne, Thorson, punts the ball away, and wow, that may bring rain. Wise decision and a fair catch.
He hosts a podcast with Tate Ratledge, the all-SEC first-team right guard. Those two are hilarious.
Oh
Highly recommend listening to those guys.
Absolutely true. A little bit goofy in there. Got a little bit more time on their hands.
Who was that for your team when you were at Georgia? Who was the funny guy? Keep it light in the lock. 3rd and 12 here for Stockton. They blow that play dead for a sack before Stockton could get rid of it.
Always the thing that hurts you is the injury bug a little bit, and they were banged up from start to finish, and some key guys, and as of right now, they feel like they are healthy, getting healthier. Single day in practice, some sort of situation for Carson to work on his 2-minute drives.
Defense wants to keep this lead, have some bragging rights all summer long going into the fall. ETN out of the backfield. We've seen some flash. Beck again, pressure bearing down, had to get rid of it. Dropped by Arian Smith. Dogs defense sends pressure, tipped. And the defense delivers.
You can't get sacks. Next best thing is get your hands up in the air and make plays, and they've done that this entire game. Once again, great job there. Number 11, which always looks good in the red and black, Jalen Walker making the tip.
Malachi Starks, who didn't even play today, another veteran on that Dogs defense, celebrating with the first team D.
But this is a defense that's going to contend for one of the better ones in the country this year. And I thought you saw some good stuff. Really.
The spring game. Stockton throws to the end zone a little too high. Stockton denied a touchdown. That's a terrific play this afternoon.
Try to gun in there, maybe just a hair bit late, and balls in the back of the end zone. You want to throw a little bit higher so a defender cannot make a play, but a tremendous job by 22, Jake Pope.
Bulldogs absolutely will be one of the preseason favorites on this final drive. 3 timeouts, 50 seconds to work with for Beck. Couple of broken tackles, just shy of the 50 for Dom.
Afterwards.
93 yards for Lovett. Beck, clean pocket. Right on the money. Carson Beck threads the needle.
I can't tell you how good this throw is. This is elite as elite can be. Two-man, man-to-man coverage with high safety help, throwing to the field in an absolute rocket from number 15.
Beck in the red zone. Takes a shot. Swatted incomplete. Business walking off the field after the loss to Alabama. Beck floats to the end zone. Love it into the hedges, and he held on. Dom.
You know, I got to see the replay. I don't know how he caught this football.
He pins it on the back of Patrick Taylor. Look at this.
Unbelievable catch. Six has had himself a statement game here. Into the brand new baby hedges goes number 6. Mistake.
Spectacular.
All right, good thing that fence is nice and forgiving.
Well, it's a new fence as well.
Yeah.
So new hedges.
Well, they may need a new fence.
31
they
years.
may need a new fence after that one, but
yeah.
I think
to end the spring game. What a day for Dom Lovett. And no doubt that was the best play of the game on either side of the ball.
too about having a veteran quarterback. There's a sense of
Defense, number 31. 15 yards added to the run.
there's a sense of confidence as we go look at the face mask on the previous play, which I don't know about that.
That's another first down. Michael Jackson to train. Teams across the country, the starters come out at halftime or midway through the third quarter. Stockton under pressure has to throw it away. And another incomplete pass throw the down and distance. Instead of 4th and 1, it's 3rd and 10 for Stockton. And he put it right there. Great ball by Stockton, just couldn't get hauled in. So Covey White, who had a touchdown earlier, dropped it.
Beautifully thrown football, one-on-one, runs an incredible route as White, steps on the toes of the defender and then gets width from there.
Woodring's the starter, but Team Black has the backup. Badger from 54 had the distance, but nowhere near the accuracy. The clock at zeros, tied at 20. Kirby Smart has to be happy with how this spring game went. Just competitive, hard hits, great plays, great catches. Dom Lovett stole the show there, tying it at 20 with a great grab right at the end of regulation.